5 ways how lazy people can become rich. All millionaires don't have the same habits. In fact, many of them disagree on what important habits are. Yes, there are great habits that improve productivity. But it takes more than that to be wealthy. Sometimes I get pissed off with all the formula and legalities for success. And many of the personal development gurus push those ideas like it were the gospel. Yes, they do work, but you don't have to follow their way. You don't have to follow another person's model to get there. Anybody can be rich if they want it bad enough. Even lazy people can be very rich. Here are 5 ways how lazy people can become rich in the future. 1. If you are always working on your weakness, you will end up mediocre. One of the strong points in personal development is the idea of working on your weaknesses. They always laud the creation of new habits. And it is good. But some people need more than that to drive success. Lazy people do. The focus is mostly on the new habit to be embraced and how to make it into a habit. That doesn't work for extra lazy people. Lazy people need good trauma. There are bad traumatic experiences that go on to affect people for the rest of their lives. Well, there are also good trauma experiences. Lazy people cannot embrace a new habit or work ethic until they have been traumatized by the results it has produced for someone else. Everybody needs a bit of that, but lazy people must absolutely have that to move forward. Moving forward, many people make the mistake of working on their weaknesses. Someone said if you keep working on your weaknesses, you will end up with a lot of strong weaknesses. You don't want to have strong weaknesses, you want to be exceptional at one thing or two. Working on your weaknesses will only make you a mediocre. You will become just as good as everybody else. You will not stand out. Your weaknesses actually make your strength stand out. Your weakness makes your strength exceptional. Stop trying to become good at what you are not. Instead, start working towards becoming exceptional at what you are naturally good at. 2. Being very good at one thing will make you a high-income earner. When you become exceptional at what you are good at, people who want the best will call to you. This is the pathway to becoming a high-income earner. That is a good thing, but you are not there yet. Becoming rich is about living on your own terms. Becoming a high-income earner is an important step, but there is still a long way to go. If you stop at this point, you can still go back to being poor or average. Your skills won't do the magic forever. Technology will rise. There will be younger and more ambitious people. Methods will become obsolete. You must think about that. But the game of money never grows old. 3. Getting rich is all about having great self-esteem. If you dressed casually and your hair looks rough because I dragged you out of your house for lunch, then for some reason, we end up in a top business meeting with everyone impeccably dressed for business except you. Will you be comfortable staying at the meeting? Self-esteem is one of the very few things all super rich people have in common. They are all confident in their own way. Even those who are introverts have learned how to show confidence. You can't have public confidence if you don't have self-esteem. Self-esteem is simply how you see yourself. If you sit among super successful people that includes top CEOs and successful VCs, will you feel like you are part of them? Will you contribute to their discussion? Will you laugh at their jokes? Or you will be finding another table where your buddies are? You cannot rise above how you see yourself. Lazy people need to fix this first or nothing else will work. 4. If you are lazy, find your genius. Now you know you should stop working on your weakness. So what do? Find your genius. Look for it, recognize it and celebrate it. Nobody will do it for you if you don't do it for yourself. In most cases, our genius is hidden in plain sight. But it is often something we have been discouraged at. Perhaps it is something everybody has told you to stop doing. It is something you have been told the most negative things about. Human beings like to force their ideals on other people. Your friends and relations don't want you to grow into someone they cannot relate with. And that can be a big problem if you choose to maintain your relationship with such people. You need to pull yourself away from people who don't see your genius. Surround yourself with people who talk in the same direction you want to go. If you can't find anyone, it is fine. Just make sure you don't have anyone around you that drags you down. Find your genius, and use it for something responsible. Let me explain. Your genius is something you are good at. What you do with it is entirely up to you. Just as an example, if you are a genius at drawing and painting, you could use it to make art that cheers and delights. You could also use it to make depressing art. It is not necessary to be responsible, but it is noble to be. Great wealth with an ugly reputation is not sweet and enjoyable. There are some doors only great reputation opens, great wealth doesn't. 5. Massive wealth is created by boldness, not hard work. How rich you eventually become depends on the bold steps you take. Hard work can only make you a good earner. Building wealth has to do with taking bold steps. I have discovered that lazy people find it easier to take bold steps. The hardworking people love the path of little steps every day. But lazy people are too lazy to be consistent with that. So if they have been truly traumatized by success, then they are not shy to take bold steps. If little steps have failed you thus far, it doesn't mean you cannot be rich and successful. It only means you need to change your approach. Focus on taking the big steps. And when you take that big step, don't look back.